Morning.
Right, John. First question for the fans is: Would you like to extend your loan, as we like you already?
Um, I've enjoyed it so far. It's only been a week I've been here, but I've really enjoyed it. And as I've said before, it's kind of a little bit out of my hands. I think it's just a case of what the people at Millwall want me to do, and what they see best for me. So I've really enjoyed my week so far. It's nice always coming to a team that's winning. So I've enjoyed it, but it's out of my hands, I think, at the moment.
Okay. Goal on your first start. If you were to stay here a bit longer term, what sort of goal return would you be looking for?
Uh, you know, um, Obviously as a striker you mainly get judged on your goals, but I think there's a lot of other things I do which contribute to a team. So just as long as I'm in a winning team and I'm chipping in with some goals, I don't really set many targets. But yeah, if you get a decent goal return in a winning team, then I suppose it's always good.
Yeah. Okay. What's your perfect Sunday?
A perfect Sunday, relaxing, normally with my family and just chilling out, roast dinner, watching the football. I think standard Sunday really.
Okay. Who's the toughest defender you've come up against in your career so far?
Toughest defender, probably Ron Vlaar at Aston Villa. Played in the World Cup, done really well. Played against Aston Villa 2 years ago in the FA Cup and beat them 2-1, which was a big game. So yeah, Ron Vlaar, probably toughest defender.
Yeah. Okay. Do you prefer Waitrose or Aldi?
To be honest, I don't shop at either, but if I was to pick one, I'd probably say Waitrose.
Okay. How did you get on with the Millwall fans?
Yeah, get on with them well. Great bunch, really passionate. They just love their football and they love to see their team doing well, as any fan does really. I think everyone has a persona about Millwall fans, but I don't think it's necessarily true. They're very nice. Every fan I've ever come across that's seen face to face have been very nice and stuff. So, there's a great set of fans, and they just want to see their team do well.
Okay. There's been a couple of questions about lookalikes, and is there anyone in particular that you get told you lookalikes? I'll tell you the couple of names that will come up in a minute, but is there anybody?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Gareth Bale, obviously. I hear that every day, and that's the main one really. It's sort of the only one I've really heard.
Yeah, somebody else has asked if you think you look like Seamus Coleman at all. You ever had that one?
No, I've never had that one. No, but thinking about it, a little bit similar. But no, I think everyone just thinks Gareth Bale's the obvious one, so I don't think they look much further than that.
Okay. What's your favourite part of London?
Favourite part of London? I'm obviously from the southeast, so obviously living around that part is where I'm most familiar with. But I do like going up into central London, and even though I'm from there, it's like going around Leicester Square and sightseeing and stuff like that. I still enjoy that, even though I'm from there, and I do it a bit more regularly than other people, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah, okay. What's your favourite other part of the country outside of London? Anywhere particular you enjoy going?
To be honest, I'm quite London oriented, but my girlfriend's family's from Brighton, so I'd say Brighton.
Okay. How does the pre-match build-up compare with other teams you play for at Cheltenham?
What, in terms of just getting ready for a game, or pretty similar really? It's kind of just get yourself into your own state of mind and get yourself ready for the game. And I think it's the same wherever you are really. You just want to get yourself prepared for the game and do everything you can to make sure that for that 90 minutes you give everything you got. So yeah, it's pretty similar to everywhere I've been really.
Okay. Do you have any rituals or superstitions of your own that you do before a game?
I always put my left shin pad on first. I have a wristband that I kiss before when I take that off, as I'm getting ready. But apart from that, that's it. I think everything else is pretty standard.
Yeah. Okay. What's the banter and mood like in the dressing room at the moment?
Yeah, very good. Obviously, as I say, I've only been here a week, but it's a lot easier coming into a team that's winning and bubbly and confident, and yeah, like the lads have been great, and yeah, very very bubbly bunch of lads and very good players here as well. So easy to set in.
Okay. What's your initial impressions of Bodden Road now you played there and had a taste of it?
Yeah, it's nice. The pitch was very nice. The pitch has been good. Fans have been good. You know, the bit behind the goal when I played in the first game, seemed like a good little atmosphere in there. Obviously standing up and that, so good little atmosphere there. And I think it's nice. And you know, I think when you're winning, the fans, you know, you get a couple more hundred fans that you maybe get than when you're losing. So, and it does make a difference for the players, you know, having the support behind us. So, yeah, I think the more people, the better that's there.
Okay. From your week here so far, who do you think's the quickest player at the club?
The quickest?
Yeah.
Craig's quite quick, I think. I haven't really thought of that, to be honest. Yeah, I'd say Craig's quite quick.
Right. Okay. Who's the funniest? Anybody made you laugh yet in the squad?
Yeah, Tails makes me laugh quite a lot. Both of them are quite funny actually. Both the Taylors are funny, and Tez is funny as well. I think they're probably the three.
Okay. Do you play FIFA?
I do play FIFA sometimes. Not as much as I used to, but sometimes.
Right. Okay. How tall are you?
6'1".
Has anybody in particular impressed you during training at Cheltenham so far?
Yeah, they've all impressed. They're all very good, team, as you can say. They're winning, and but standouts in training for me, I'd say Tez is a very good finisher. Obviously, I've done a lot more with the strikers. You do a little bit extra. Tez is a very good finisher. Quite like Hanksy as well. Got good range of passing. It's a good midfielder.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say them two look good at the start.
Okay. What's your favourite food and drink?
My favourite food and drink. I'd say my favourite drink would probably be, even though they're not very good for me, I do like an orange Lucasade now and again.
Right.
I try not to have too many, but they're always nice. A nice cold one of them. And favourite food, again, if I was to be naughty, I do like a Chinese, but apart from that, any chicken's quite, you know, easy to eat and nice, I guess. You can always change it up, so yeah, any sort of chicken really.
Okay. What would you say are your biggest strengths and weaknesses as a forward?
Biggest strengths would be hard working, team player, holding the ball up, and I'd say scoring goals would probably be my strengths. My weaknesses maybe would be lose my head sometimes, which obviously isn't good, and I'd say maybe work on my left foot. I'd say maybe a bit more.
Okay. Who's the best forward you played with so far?
Best forward I played with would be Neil Harris. He's now coach at Millwall, but he was a player at Millwall. All-time leading goal scorer for them. Good friend, and now he's a coach. So yeah, I'd say his goal record speaks for itself, and just him as an all-round striker is very good movement.
Okay. Which team did you support growing up?
I don't really support anyone, to be honest. But growing up around South London, obviously it's sort of Millwall, Crystal Palace and Cheltenham are the three local teams, but I'd say I didn't really support anyone growing up, but they were the three local teams I'd go and watch.
Right. Okay. Who's your best mate in football?
I wouldn't say I have a best mate in football. I've got a few good friends. I've got George Porter, who's at Dagenham Redbridge now, Luke Rooney, who's at Luton, a couple of the old Millwall boys really, Liam Trotter, who's at Bolton now, and yeah, I've still got good friends at Millwall as well, so I wouldn't say I have a best friend, but there's a lot of good friends I've got in football.
Okay. Did you have any role models growing up?
I used to like Alan Shearer a lot. I think he was a very good striker, proper, you know, number 9 sort of striker. I liked watching him growing up. Scored a lot of goals as well, so idol-wise I always looked at Alan Shearer.
Okay. What's your favourite type of music?
I'm quite an easy listener. I don't mind listening to anything really. Just depends what mood I'm in, really. You know, I quite like chilling out and just listening to chill out music. I like, you know, hip hop. I like house music. I like everything really. So anything, just depending what mood.
Okay. Last couple. Who's the ugliest player at Cheltenham Town?
I'm gonna say it's a hard one to answer because I don't want to upset anyone. I'm gonna say Troy because I think he'd take it well. I'm gonna say Troy is the ugliest.
Okay. And final question, John. What is the main difference between? I know you played in League Two before, but main difference between Championship and League Two?
League Two compared to Championship, I'd say in the Championship there's obviously there's better players, but in terms of there's players that you don't get second chances with. You know, there's a lot of people that have played or will play in the Premiership playing in the Championship now. It's getting a much stronger league, and you know, sometimes when defence splitting passes in League Two, it might not come off the first time, but there's not that room for a mistake in the Championship because the midfielders and strikers and even the defenders, but the people to cut you open attacking wise, you won't get a second chance. So yeah, I'd say that's probably the difference, is that you got to be switched on the whole time because they're very clinical in that division.
Yeah, brilliant. Cheers, John.
No worries.
Thanks a lot.